Yo, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy Rotobeast. I'm here, my boy Jeremy. We're here to present you our NBA Morning Shootaround for Thursday, January 23rd. If you're new to this channel, please make sure to click the subscribe button below so you can watch all of our NBA, NFL, and MLB videos. If you haven't came and checked out our website here at DfsDudes.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools that help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily FanDuel and DraftKings cash lineups. Hey, we're truly a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. So make sure to come check out the site here at dfscheatsheet.com. So hey, what up, Jeremy? How you doing out there, bro?
Yo, man, what's up? Good, man.
Hey, another day grinding NBA. Love NBA. You know, it's our favorite sport. Getting ready. Got baseball right around the corner. NFL just finishing up. Hey, it's a good time right now, definitely, to win some money.
PG's teed off.
PGA, exactly. I know you've been super on PGA.
Big NASCAR Daytona weekend coming up, right? I think it's Daytona. I'm not that much of a NASCAR guy to where I know the first races, but I think it's Daytona.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, man. So, I mean, you ready to talk some basketball?
Can't wait to get to a 3-game slate.
Yeah, for sure. I like, 3 games are kind of borderline for me because my favorite personally is 4 to 6 game slates. 3-game slates, though, I think are a little bit intriguing as well. It's like you can get a little bit of variance, but not too much. So it's kind of right there. But yeah, are you ready to go?
Yeah, hey, let's just touch on one thing really quick, right? Yesterday was a perfect example of a 12 games late and how chaotic NBA can get, and why it's so important to stick to the process, right? I mean, look, there was plays yesterday early on that were very obvious, and they weren't like borderline plays where you were trying to shove a square block into a peg, right? Like Lou Williams was a solid play. He just didn't do anything, period.
Right.
I mean, so it's important to stick to the process. You're going to have sticks like that where you make the right play, but like we always say, we can't go pay for those guys. So don't get discouraged by what happened yesterday if you didn't have to have such a good day and you were on some of these values. The value just didn't what it was supposed to yesterday, and we can't control that. So yeah, let's get into today.
Hey, what about your boy Zion? The bust through 3 quarters. I was watching a game with some of my coaching friends, and all of a sudden he scored 16 straight points. We see him hit a 3. We're like, okay, he hit the 3, then makes a layup, 5 points, and after that it was just 6 straight possessions of scoring. So I mean, Zion definitely showed us the upside that he has.
That wasn't the shocking to me because we see that like a lot of people get down on Kemba Walker, and that's why you have to pay attention to what Kemba Walker's price is if you're going to play him. But at the price he was yesterday, he was too cheap. He way too cheap. You see, like Kemba Walker, the whole first quarter, he's got 2.7 fantasy points. Then all of a sudden, he gets a block and a steal and a 6 rebound and a bucket, and it's like, all right, Kemba Walker's he's off to he's rolling. I think he was right on his price tag. He had 29 point something fantasy points. He didn't make value quite tournament value, but that's basketball. I mean, these guys on a run. You get a block and a rebound, and there's 4 quick points, a steal. You're out in open space by yourself, and in a dunk, and there's 5 quick points. So the shocking thing about Zion to me yesterday was that he was only 5% owned in the tournaments that I was in. I was shocked that he was only 5% owned.
Well, I mean, like I said, obviously I know he has upside, but my thing about it was the fact that he hit 4 3-pointers in a row because he's not really known for a 3-point shooter. You know what I mean? But then they were talking about that. They were talking about what happened.
He's known for I mean, he's a great passer. That's what he's known for.
Yeah. Well, they were talking about that, while his knee was messed up, that all he did was just sit out there and just shoot shots all day. He couldn't run or nothing else. And hey, I mean, if he's going to be knocking down threes regularly, plus be down there begging, he's definitely going to be lethal. So it'll be exciting moving forward to see kind of that team and see kind of how far he goes. But yeah, man, let's jump into this slate and we'll get going. First game we're going to talk about, we got Washington going into Cleveland. So go ahead and get us started with the Washington side of things.
I think you can use Jan Mahamine, man. Every time I don't want to use the guy, the bottom line is until Thomas Bryant's back getting a full and a starting one getting a full complement of minutes, Jan Mahamine continues to make. You look at what he's over the last 5 games, 29.48 fantasy points, and he's a 5.1 price tag. So he's more than 5x. He's averaging more than 5x his price. So it's a guy I definitely think you can look. Bradley Beal had a game last night, right? I mean, we said on the video yesterday, his price tag of 72,200, that it was going to be a matter of time before the guy went off for 50 fantasy points. He had 57.3 last night for 38 points.
Yeah, no.
For Jimmy Butler too. It's too cheap of a price tag for Bradley Beal. And let me just explain something. When you hear us talk about the guy's too cheap, we're saying that this guy is regularly in the $9,000s or $10,000 player, and he's $1,000 to $2,000 underpriced based off recent performance. And you can, just like other sports like baseball, everybody says, oh, there's going to be regression. The guy's too hot right now. It's going to regress. There's regression in NBA as well, and the price regresses, and then the guy gets back on track. And you want to catch guys like a Bradley at 7.5 who can get you 6-7 times his value. 7.5 is too cheap for the upside of Bradley Beal. So those are two guys that I'm really interested in. The rest of this cast doesn't play minutes to really be relevant for me. I would look at Bertans. I'll continue to look at Bertans as long as he is going to be $4,500 and the minutes are going to be steady and start to increase again. I do expect him to get back into the starting lineup. And I think in this type of game against Cleveland with Washington back-to-back, I think you could definitely look at Troy Brown. I think you could definitely look at Ish Smith. You could definitely look at Jordan McRae as guys who could get some extra minutes. They're basically my wings, right? I mean, they don't, outside of Mahamini, kind of, he's unrestricted. Thomas Bryant's restricted in his minutes right now, probably 15. So they're a team of wings. And I think in like this, where it's probably going to be a track meet with two teams that play zero defense, you can look at some of these other guys that on a three-game slate in the tournament, it's where you want to be.
Yeah, no, for sure. On the Cleveland side of things, I mean, any other day, I probably wouldn't be talking about Cleveland players so much. I have been playing Kevin Love. But, I mean, on a smaller slate like this, you definitely got to consider him. There's some guys that we can look at. First, I'll start with Kevin Love. I mean, 7,000. He's their best player. He's been playing, 30-plus minutes a game, 7 straight games of 30-plus minutes. So the minutes are there. The production has definitely been up and down. But the price tag is 7,000 is very, very fair. I think that he definitely gives you a solid floor. He's averaging 34 fantasy points a game. At 7,000, you need 35 fantasy points. So he's right there. So I think that Kevin Love at 7,000 is a really good play, especially if you're going to play cash games. I think you got to put him in and feel pretty comfortable with that. While I'm talking about the power forwards, I think that Larry Nance is a guy coming off the bench that you could look at. He's played at least 25 minutes in 2 straight games, 4,200. All you need is 21 fantasy points. He's got you 28, 21, and 27. He's got you 5 and 6X, 3 straight games. I think he's a guy that we can consider. Outside of the power forward spot, Colin Sexton, the young guy's playing a bunch of minutes, 6,000. You need 30 for value. He's got at least 30 in 4 straight games. So he's a guy, playing a bunch of minutes. Definitely think that you can look at Sexton. I don't really feel too good about this one, but the minutes are there, so I'll just throw Osman out there real quick, especially in a game that's going to be up and down. I think Osman's a guy that you can look at. Osman's probably kind of the last guy that I would think about, though, with just because, like I said, he's been so up and down. I definitely think you could consider him on this slate as a GPP play. And lastly, I think that you can look at Tristan Thompson, back-to-back games of 35, 36 minutes. And then, I mean, he's coming off a really good game against New York, 46 fantasy points. He got you 22 rebounds. I think that he's a guy that you can look at. If you look at the center spot for Washington, I mean, outside of Mahimi, who else do they have? I think that Tristan Thompson could have another really good game here. But that's really where I'm at with Cleveland. Moving on, next game we're going to talk about, you got the Lakers going into Brooklyn to face the Nets.
So this will be the first Anthony Davis would play in a back-to-back situation after he injured his ass. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, not like Anthony Davis is in the bank with the amount of minutes he's playing right now. Kind of underwhelming. He finally played 30 minutes last night. Still less than what he was playing. I mean, you look back to before the end, he had 3 straight games of 37 minutes, and then the game against New York, he was 28 minutes into that one before he got injured and fell on his ass. So. At 28 points last night. The thing that I realized as in watching that is something to take note of moving forward is Knicks are tough against the big. I mean, they gave up 20 points to him, but Anthony Davis only had 5 rebounds in that game. think for the amount of usage he had, how active he was to score 28 points, he only had 5 rebounds. So Julius Randle and Morris and those boys, man, they're terrible collectively against, but that's just something to pay attention forward. It's not like Washington and Charlotte when you're targeting a big man again. They can't read all. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with Anthony Davis. If he doesn't play, have to look at LeBron James. This is going to be, I think, a fun basketball game. You have the narrative with possible narrative, I guess. Kyrie Irving, God willing, get any news that he's not going to play. We know that this whole him sitting out thing happened when Brooklyn went back to Boston. So we'll see. Is he going to embrace it? You think Kyrie's soft?
I think Kyrie's, man, I don't know if he's necessarily soft. He's a drama queen. I mean, he wants everything to be his way and all this stuff like that. That's what happened in Boston. That's why he got shipped out.
Did you see his interview too?
I didn't see his interview, no.
He just basically said, if we're going to win, we need better players.
Oh, for the Nets? Well, I mean, bro, the motherfucker got Kevin Durant. He's coming, you know what I mean? It's like they knew into this year that Kevin Durant was going to play. I mean, what do you want?
Hold on a second. Before Kyrie went to Brooklyn, what did we say about Brooklyn last year when they had D'Angelo Russell on that? What did we say about Brooklyn?
That they had a bunch of good role players around them and they just needed a couple of stars.
And they played hard. I mean,
right.
They played their ass off. Did they? I mean, they were a contender, a playoff contender last year, and they had nobody. So I mean, it's not the guy. Karis LeVert and Dinwiddie's a baller.
Right. No, for sure. Kyrie just honestly, Kyrie just he's a crybaby. That's my.
It's like wherever he goes. So that narrative. I think LeBron James. I thought last LeBron would go bonkers with Zion on TV and everybody kind of around him, but I think LeBron wants to prove a big brother, little brother point today, and I like him a bunch. And I think that on this, I think that the choice you're gonna have to make is, do you want to get Lillard going against Doncic, or do you want to get LeBron going against Kyrie? I think Doncic will be the way that everybody plugs in, and then you look to Kyrie your roster out with that. I definitely think you play again Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. I did recommend JaVale McGee yesterday. Dwight Howard, and McGee, he gave us kind of what he's gonna do, right? I mean, he's 6'16", he got 6 and 5. He just didn't have any block shots, and that's really what gives him the over the top game. But I think you can look at both those guys like salary savers at the center spot, and that's really all I'm at with the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we talked about the Lakers, man. They got 3 really good big guys. You got JaVale McGee, Davis, Dwight Howard, nonstop. So I'm not really too interested in a guy like Jared Allen, any guys that are going to be down there banging. It's not really where I'm at. There's 3 guys that I honestly like for the Nets. I think Kyrie could step up in this matchup. Didn't play last game, but he played the couple of previous games before, and he played his regular minutes of regular minutes right around 33, 34 minutes. I think that today will be the same case. At 8,700, I think that you could look at Kyrie, probably a little bit more of a GPP play, but I definitely think that he is in play. Spencer Dinwiddie's still in that starting lineup at 6,500. The price dropped a little bit. I think Dinwiddie's a guy that you could consider. Lastly, the guy that's kind of jumping out to me, Karis LeVert. Yes, he's coming back from injury, but at 4,600, I just think it's a very, very good price for Karis LeVert. He's coming off the bench, but he's still playing a decent amount of minutes, averaging about 25, 26 minutes a game. And at 4,600, I mean, all you need is 20, 23 for value. Just coming off a game against Philadelphia where he went for 16, 6, and 6 for 30 fantasy points. I mean, I think that the minutes are starting to trend up a little bit. And I like Karis LeVert. I think it's a really, really good price tag for him. So I'm really going to stick with the 3 guards for Brooklyn. Like I said, the Lakers have too many big guys that are really going to throw out there at you. So I really don't got too many interest in the kind of the post players for Brooklyn.
I think Karis LeVert is one of the top plays. I think he'll be popular because it's priced for a guy playing a lot of minutes who has a reputation.
Right. For sure. And I mean, he's coming off a game where he's played the most minutes since coming back from injury. So, yeah, I definitely like him at 4,600. Even if he does come off the bench, I think it's a really good play.
And I think we should point out, it's not like they're working up his minutes because he had an injury that had to do with legs. He had a thumb injury. It's just basketball shape is all they're trying to do with him.
Right. So moving on, final game of the night, we're gonna go with Dallas going into Portland to face the Blazers.
Hey man, the most you can play in this game to me is he's intriguing. But Porzingis played 27 minutes in his comeback, and I think that you have to consider Porzingis on this slate. I think you have to. The price sucks. He's expensive. He's 8,400. Can't guarantee he's going to play 30 minutes. He played 27 minutes in his first game back, and he wasn't very good. Having said that, they had him on the court. I mean, they had some injuries that didn't go. Dwight Powell ruptured Achilles. I see now Boban is priced all the way up to 5,000, and they had Porzingis and Boban on the court at the same time, and it's like newborn who had no legs and didn't know what to do. So I think that was just no flow, no rhythm with those two who probably never played side by side before. Maxi Kleber is a guy at 4,800. We know is going to get minutes, and he's going to have an elevated role now without Dwight Powell. But Porzingis is a guy you have to consider because Portland is terrible against centers. I mean, you can go back and look at game logs, game after game after game after game. Whiteside may do well, but every center that plays them smashes. So you have to consider him on this slate. But to me, the big pay-up spot is Doncic. This guy's a walking double. I don't really think you need to say anything. It's a pretty obvious play. I do think if JJ Barea is going to start and he's going to be in this starting lineup, I think he's a really interesting play. And I mean, it's Jay Barea at 3,500. We'll have to see how this shakes out. It could be Brunson. It could be Seth Curry. But you got to see who's going to fill in this spot, how Dallas is going to play with the injuries that they have. And I'll continue to play Tim Hardaway. Portland gives up a ton of threes. I don't know how many people watch the Trailblazers. We happen to be on the West Coast. I've watched two. They're like in their last 4 games. I haven't watched any other games in the NBA where I've seen teams take as many threes as they do against Portland. And Tim Hardaway is a shooter. He's a knock shooter. So it's a guy as well at the small forward spot at 5,500.
Yeah, man. On the Portland side of things, as much as I don't want to, I think that I'm going to start with Hassan Whiteside, man. 9,600. That's the price tag I do not want to pay for Whiteside. But I mean, with the injuries out there, Dallas, they don't have a sitter. What guy are they going to throw on Whiteside that can really stop them? And then on the flip side of things, I mean, look at Whiteside. The past 3 of the past 4 games.
Punk Whiteside.
Who?
Boban.
Bro, Boban can't play more than 15 minutes in the game.
I don't know. That was when he was in Detroit, bro. I don't know.
I don't think they're going to play Boban like that. So really quick, though, so Whiteside, I mean, the last 3 of the past 4 games, he's got you at least 18 and 18. The guy's playing like an all-star. 2 of the past few games, got you 59 fantasy points. I just think that this is a spot where he can have a really good game going against Dallas. And it's just crazy, the minutes that he's playing. He's never got this amount of minutes in his whole entire career. He's getting the minutes, and he's really producing. He's a guy that a lot of people are going to pay up elsewhere, so I just think he's a low-owned GPP play that you can look at, and I think that he could definitely have a crush spot here. The reason I started with him, obviously, because I got to wait on the CJ McCollum news. Either way, Damian Lillard is in play, but if CJ McCollum ends up getting ruled out, Damian Lillard gets a big-time bump there. Also, if McCollum gets ruled out, then you got to look at this guy, Anthony Simmons. The guys played with McCollum out the past 2 games. The guys played 35, 46 minutes. Obviously, hasn't been the craziest upside or anything. But at 4,000, all you need is 20 for value. Coming off a game where he scored 27 fantasy points, definitely take that value. And actually, he's playing a boatload of minutes. I think that he would be a good value play there. So that's why the Damian Lillard, the Simmons guy, we got to wait on the McCollum news. Also, 6,200 for Carmelo. I think Carmelo's in play. In 4 of his past 6 games, he's got you at least 33 fantasy points, which is value on this price tag. And he showed us a little bit of upside games. And they do need Carmelo. He does get a bump also. If McCollum is off the floor, they're going to need a little bit more scoring for him. So I think that Carmelo is in play also. So those are the 4 guys for Portland that I'm kind of looking at. If McCollum does play at 7,700, I don't really like the price tag. It's a little bit too high for me. So it's really Lillard, Simmons, and McCollum doesn't play. I like Carmelo, and I think you can look at Whiteside as well. That's really where I'm at with Portland.
I don't think that Anthony Simons will start today if McCollum is out.
Who they'll go with Trevor Ariza?
I think Ariza will slide into that spot. I mean, he still could start, but I mean, if he's out, there's not just Simons. Look at Mario Hezonja is another guy you could look also, but let's keep in mind that they just played last Friday. Lillard had 34 and 10. So
yeah, no, I get you for sure. So, I mean, that's really where we're at. This quick little 3-game slate. If you want a more in-depth analysis, we definitely got a couple other articles, another video up on the site. Make sure to check out the site, dfscheatsheet.com. And then good luck on guys' contest tonight, all right? Peace out.